And the winner is... Hey guys, it's Phoebe with WatchMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies you will be seeing at the Oscars this year.
You know Diamond from the Bronx, right?
What's up, baby?
We're gonna help her learn how to do a real dance.
Oh, I'm good at that.
We're taking a look at those films most likely to receive nominations or wins at the 92nd Academy Awards. We got to go to TIFF this year to talk to some star directors, actors, and more. So here are the nominees. Number 10, Just Mercy.
I think the movie is important because hopefully it can create some type of positive change in our justice system in America, particularly.
As a legal drama, Just Mercy may not break the mold, but the performances from Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan have stirred instant Oscar chatter.
Could have been me, Mama.
But what you're doing is gonna make a lot of people upset.
Based on the memoir of lawyer and activist Brian Stevenson, the film relates Stevenson's defense of Walter McMillian, who was falsely convicted of murder.
I hope this film will mobilize people, encourage people to demand more, to expect more, to fight for more. It's a crisis, what we're living through. In America, we've got the highest rate of incarceration in the world, and we don't seem to be bothered by that. That has to change.
According to reviews, Jordan shines as Stevenson, and Fox knocks it out of the park as McMillian, delivering a commanding, powerful performance that the Rap's Steve Pond described as his strongest in years.
When you're guilty from the moment you're born.
God,
Mr. McMillian.
we done here.
Could Fox soon have another golden statue to accompany the one he won for Ray?
If you don't feel like you want to get involved and help, I think there's something wrong with you.
Number 9, Knives Out.
If you hit something across the net and it comes back with some spin on it, that's exciting for actors.
From The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson, here is something completely different.
How was it?
The party? Pre my dad's death? Oh, it was great.
Knives Out is an old-fashioned Agatha Christie-inspired whodunit with an incredible ensemble cast: Daniel Craig, Jamie Lee Curtis, Toni Collette, Ana de Armas, Chris Evans, Christopher Plummer, the list goes on.
CSI KFC?
But while they all turn in solid performances, particularly Ana de Armas, what really blew away the critics at TIFF were Rian Johnson's clever screenplay and deft direction.
He's an incredible writer and just a massively talented filmmaker, so I jumped at the chance to work with him.
Described as ingenious and fiendishly well-engineered, it's a fresh take on the genre that could see Rian Johnson cracking the case of who'll win Best Director or Original Screenplay.
What movies did you take inspiration from when crafting this film?
So for me, this whole thing kind of comes from my love of Agatha Christie. And growing up, for me, it was the ones with Peter Ustinov as Poirot. So Death on the Nile and Evil Under the Sun are the two big ones.
Number 8, The Lighthouse.
Daddy! Let Neptune strike ye dead, Winslow!
Roger Eggers made waves in 2015 with his feature directorial debut The Witch, an atmospheric, slow-burning horror that culminated in a devastating and supremely satisfying finale. His follow-up, The Lighthouse, is another masterclass in psychological horror, ramping up the sense of isolation that made The Witch so effective. Critics have praised both Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson's performances, although Dafoe's scathing, salty lighthouse keeper Thomas Wake has the lion's share of dramatic dialogue. They've also commended the macabre atmosphere created by the production design, sound, and Yaron Blaschka's black and white cinematography. Best Actor, Best Cinematography, Production Design, The Lighthouse could be up for quite a few.
How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
Number 7, Jojo Rabbit.
Hey, Jojo, my old friend.
Hi, Adolf.
It's an audacious premise, a World War II satire featuring Hitler as an imaginary friend. And to tell the truth, critics are somewhat divided about whether writer-director Taika Waititi pulled it off. As with 1997's wartime comedy Life is Beautiful, Waititi's Jojo Rabbit has provoked polarized responses. Based on the novel Caging Skies by Christine Lunens, the movie tells the story of Hitler youth Jojo, who discovers that his mother is hiding a Jewish girl in the attic. His moral dilemma is complicated by his imaginary best friend Hitler, played with panache by Waititi. Despite the controversy, Jojo Rabbit could still have a shot at Best Adapted Screenplay. And there's also buzz around Scarlett Johansson for Best Supporting Actress, as Jojo's mother, Rosie Betzler.
Yeah, I know it's definitely not a good time to be a Nazi.
Number 6, Judy.
Please don't go to sleep now. No, these are the other ones.
A biographical drama about showbiz, check. An Academy Award-winning actress, check. A standing ovation at TIFF, double check. Variety's Janelle Riley wrote that she's never seen a standing ovation like the one for Renee Zellweger at Judy. In fact, Zellweger had to tell the audience to stop. Based on the Tony-nominated musical drama End of the Rainbow, the film is about Judy Garland's swan song performances in London before her overdose in 1969. While not all critics loved the film, Zellweger's performance as Judy has been described as a career-defining tour de force. A nomination for Best Actress seems almost sure to follow.
Won't forget me, will you? Promise you won't.
Number 5, Ford vs. Ferrari.
What's it take?
Well, it takes something money can't buy.
Money can buy speed.
What about speed?
Turns out they actually do make them like they used to. In a world of blockbuster franchises, Ford vs. Ferrari is a standalone drama that goes back to basics, celebrated actors, an uplifting story, and thrilling action sequences.
I wanted to be a part of this movie no matter what. Jim's one of my favorite filmmakers. I think one of the best in the business.
Directed by Logan's James Mangold, the racing biopic stars Christian Bale as race car driver Ken Miles, and Matt Damon as automotive designer Carroll Shelby, who in 1966 helped Ford beat Ferrari at Le Mans. It also stars an up-and-coming Noah Jupe as Peter Miles.
Although it's a big movie and a big cast, we all really felt like friends, and we all felt like we were in it together. And you know, they were constantly teaching me things, and it just felt like a big family.
At this point in the race, it would be quite a surprise if the film didn't at least get nominated in one or more categories.
Boy, it's got some real depth to it. Some real depth. There are tragic figures and comic figures. It is a little Shakespearean in a way.
Number 4, Parasite.
뭐야, 소독해? 창문 닫아.
나도 봐. 공짜로 집안에 소독도 하고.
Director Bong Joon-ho seems to revel in the unexpected. His films The Host, Snowpiercer, and Okja all marry the mundane with the fantastic and unpredictable. But he may have outdone himself with Parasite, a comedy thriller about a poor family that sneakily secures employment in the same wealthy household. It's a gripping satire that returns to the theme of class struggle explored in Snowpiercer, but with far more narrative twists and turns. Having already won the Palme d'Or at the 2019 Cannes Film Festival, it seems like a strong contender for Best Foreign Language Film at the Oscars. Admittedly, though, it faces fierce competition in that category from the scintillating Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which picked up both Cannes Queer Palm and Best Screenplay.
Ça fait des années que je rêve de faire ça. Mourir. Courir.
Number 3, Marriage Story.
I don't know how to start.
Intimate yet painful, heartbreaking yet hilarious, critics have described Noah Baumbach's comedy drama as all of these and more. Starring Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver as an actress and stage director going through divorce, Marriage Story wowed audiences at the Venice International Film Festival, winning universal acclaim. The focus has been on Baumbach's screenplay and direction, as well as the raw, emotional performances from Johansson, Driver, and in a supporting role, Laura Dern. Going by the reviews, Marriage Story could be up for several awards, including Best Picture, Director, Actor, Actress, Supporting Actress, and/or Screenplay.
I cried 4 times.
Me too.
Number 2, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
What do you get when you cross America's Dad with America's Favorite Neighbor? One hell of a likable film. 2018 brought us the documentary Won't You Be My Neighbor? And 2019's A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood continues the Fred Rogers nostalgia.
We've come to be so guarded with people who come in the name of love, and yet at the same time we ask for it. If it hit us in the face, we would not know what to do with it.
The movie is director Mariel Heller's third foray into biographical films after The Diary of a Teenage Girl and Can You Ever Forgive Me? Could the third time be the charm for an Academy Award win?
I so don't want to sound cliche when it comes to an actor talking about directors. But what I love about any director, and her especially, is when they let the people they hire do their job.
The buzz is that the heartfelt biopic could be nominated for Best Picture, Director, Supporting Actor, and/or Screenplay. Who says nice finishes last?
You love broken people. Like me.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood literally changed my life. Literally. It's really moving stuff, guys. Before we get to our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions.
With Edward Norton playing Lionel Estrog as a classic underdog, there's just so much rooting for him in the storytelling. And alongside that, you know, just telling a story about someone whose brain works differently than others, and that's where his brilliance comes from, is incredibly appealing.
You know, the hardest thing is to listen. To hear his voice. God's voice.
What am I being arrested for, huh?
You think you're hot because you don't know how good I am at what I do.
What is happening out there is a crisis of unknown magnitude.
We're always searching for stories that we emotionally connect with, fall in love with, to the point where we have so much passion that we'll do anything to figure out a way to get it made, which is what it takes now to get a movie made. So this story has had, and now in execution has had the potential to visually show something that I don't think people have ever seen before.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Joker. Joker turned out to be a more divisive film than expected for critics. While some praised it as a masterpiece, others called it superficial and predictable. But even the haters praised Joaquin Phoenix's performance as the clown prince of crime.
The spirit of comedies kind of lives in this movie when you see it. There's an improvisational nature to working with Joaquin that I developed pretty good, quite frankly, in comedies. You know, there's a looseness we approach comedies with that I think Joaquin really responded to that directing style.
Phoenix has been nominated thrice for an Academy Award for his roles as Commodus in Gladiator, Johnny Cash in Walk the Line, and Freddie Quell in The Master. Critics have described his performance as the tortured Arthur Fleck in Joker as magnetic, phenomenal, and astonishing.
I'm playing the mother of a man I love very much, whose job at the moment is being a clown because it's basically the only way he can make any money.
Isn't it time Joaquin won an Oscar already? Now that DiCaprio's got his, we say it's time for Phoenix.
She told me I had a purpose. To bring laughter and joy to the world.
Talking to Todd Phillips was one of the highlights of my career. We hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it. What'd you think? Let us know in the comments below or tweet me at Phoebe_WM. And don't forget to check out this video.